today.
Good morning.
My name is Preeti. I'm one of the sales specialists at Protouch Professional Training. So before we start, let me give you a quick overview about us. Protouch is a certification institute which provides upskilling courses to the professionals like HR generalists, HR analytics advanced certification, POSH trainer to deliver POSH trainings, business analytics for managers certification, corporate trainer and facilitator, trainer, and certified practitioner coach. We also provide customized programs. So all the programs are accredited by the topmost bodies like SHRM, HRCI, CPD, and IBEC. I'm so glad to see many existing students, team members, and aspiring students of Protouch who have joined this learning session. I would like to ask you a question. What's that one thing that your organization does for you other than contractual agreement? Or what do you do for your organization other than contractual agreement? You can please put it in the chat box. May I repeat once again my question? What's that one thing that your organization does for you other than contractual agreements? Or what do you do for your organization other than contractual agreements? You can please put it in the chat box.
Can you elaborate a little more?
Yes, ma'am, sure. Let's take an example. We in the offer letter, it has been mentioned in every organization that we have to do this and that for our organization for the upliftment or for the growth. So my question is, what other things we as an employee can do or have done for our organization? Am I clear, ma'am, with my question? Umang has mentioned our organization celebrates every small moments for us. That's correct. Completely, I agree with you, Umang. Sagar has mentioned great mentorship and happiness at workplace. Nipun has mentioned, I try to emit a positive energy. Amazing, Nipun. Rahul sir has mentioned building leaders. Right. Rahul sir has always, his motto is building leaders. Anjay has mentioned hand holding with each other. Amazing, Anjay. Thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else would like to share? Shrikavi has mentioned learning platforms. Nice. Mohit has mentioned showing the right path. Yes, of course. Mohit has been doing always showing the right path to everyone. Sunita has mentioned mentoring. That's really nice. Regina has mentioned guiding and leading. Nice. That's another powerful thought is coming from many participants. Anyone else would like to share your view? Okay, so now let's begin our learning session today with Ajit, Nashrin, and Shrikavi. Ajit is an Indian farmer, brand management specialist, as well as a certified trainer. He is holding more than 3 decades of work experience and now he is a certified corporate trainer and facilitator. Coming into Nashrin's profile, she is a counselor and she loves communicating with people. She is recently has become a certified soft skill trainer from Protouch. And Shrikavi is already a corporate trainer as well as a team talent lead in her current role. So it's an honor to have Ajit, Nashrin, and Shrikavi today morning. Over to you, Mr. Ajit.
Okay, thanks a ton. How many of us are here? Quite a bit. Okay, I would request everyone to put on the video and enjoy the Josh. Can I see some Josh in all you guys? Can I hear?
Yes, sir.
I can't hear the Josh. I want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I'm a calisthenic guy. I don't see it. I hear. Aparna ji, I can't hear you. Malika, all are mute. I want to hear it.
Josh is very high.
Josh is high.
Good. Okay. I'm Ajit.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. I'm Ajit Constantine. It's a long name. Call me Ajit. Okay. I'm happy to put on this particular subject, which is teaching you to behave. How many of us have heard this word, behave? we have been hearing this word behave right from our school days, right? Okay, is my screen shared?
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Just behave is always been a teacher's word, right? But today it's going to be a corporate word for you because you guys are working. Now, let me get into, okay, before getting into a case study, it's a morning where I would like to start with, asking you to do a small little game. I'm going to wave my hand, okay? And you guys are going to clap. I want to see the action clapping. And when I clap, you've got to wave your hand. Okay? So can we unmute our mics? Because I need to hear the clap sound. And when I nod my head like this, you're going to nod your head like this. Okay? Shall we start?
Yeah.
What do? You got to wave your hand. I don't see any wave. Okay. Okay. So I guess you clapped for energies. You shook your neck. I think the brains are ready to work. Let's go to case study number 1. Can you see the screen?
Yeah. Visible. Ajit.
Many of us have watched this.
Very good.
Leader, boss.
Anindya, did we hear anything else?
Yeah, I can make out from the conversation that that was a leader or a boss who was asking for sharing the report on time,
Okay.
but in a very aggressive manner.
Very good. Bala, anything from your side? Have you observed something from your side? Okay, Bala can't hear me. Okay, I would love to take this more further. Is there anyone else who could add in? Malika, would you like to add in something here?
Yes, yeah, I actually have seen this, video clip a little while ago. It was shared on various social platforms, and it was,
Okay.
everybody was talking about the behavior, how this person actually behaved with the other team members. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that is great. Okay, there is Harshi who had said this social media clip which went viral, but what did you learn? I want to learn. I want to find out. Have you observed something? Just
Please stop sharing the slide and speak.
Pardon?
Please stop sharing the slides.
Okay. Okay. So the learning that we have got from this particular clip that went viral was 2 things. One is the boss yelling, and he is paid for his mistake, the way he yelled. There's a second mistake which is there, which we guys have not mentioned and we have not seen. Any action taken on the person who has uploaded the video. That is why I'm trying to tell you, our subject OCB is a very important subject when we work. You as employees, and there are people like Rahulji and Aparnaji who are employers. They have to collaborate and build up an amazing OCB platform. Okay, now I would like to share the second case study, which we will talk about and see what you have learned from that. Here, this case study is about, I'm sure a lot of people would have heard the case study. It's about an Indigo passenger who's yelling back at a customer. Have you heard about that episode?
Over food. He yelled at the crew member. When politeness doesn't work, he paid it back.
Isn't that strange? People who fly are supposed to be highly educated people yelling for a sandwich. Yeah. Now, the whole netizens were divided. Some people said that air hostess should be fired. Some people said, no, she's done a wonderful job. You got to retaliate to such people with such behavior. It damages a brand. Well, what is your opinion on this? Can anyone share an opinion? Is there anyone who would like to share? Raise your hands.
Yeah, my opinion is no matter what, we all need to know the boundaries of respectfulness for each other. I think that should never get compromised, no matter what the situation is.
Okay, someone said try to show empathy and protecting the brand. Fantastic. At times, Rahulji, we all have to be assertive when it comes to the question of hitting our brand. There are times that we have to be submissive and take it slow, but at times when you're hitting the brand hard, we need to be a little assertive. That's what that young lady did. And the customer was actually not yelling at her. The customer was actually yelling at her colleague. She came forward and said, sir, we don't have that sandwich. And you cannot yell on my colleague. We are not your servants. Because he had mentioned her as a servant, the first lady. So that's where we are talking about behavior, right? So just behave. And this brings us to the subject that we would like to initiate. Organizational behavior and citizenship. Now, let me ask you a basic question. What is behavior? What is behavior? Can anyone tell me what is behavior?
It's how you conduct yourself, especially in public.
Fantastic.
Behavior is an image that we would like to show to somebody about us.
Fantastic. Great. We are all coming very close to the answer. The behavior, it actually follows Newton's third law. Every action has an opposite equal reaction. Every behavior also has an opposite and equal behavior. I mean, you look at it, very simple thing. How many of you are pet owners? You said to a doggy, he comes wagging his tail because you have shown love. Now, simple things like this also can be done. I mean, I'm not saying go and do to your colleague. You'll be booked under posh. So What is behavior? Behavior refers to the action and conduct, which is of an individual who reacts in a particular situation and at a particular environment. So at the same time, now let me get back to another question. Who is a citizen? Umang, are you a citizen?
Yes, sir.
So what do you mean by citizen?
Sir, citizen is a person who lives somewhere, a person who has some accountabilities as well as authorities to reside at a particular place. That is what I believe in.
Fantastic. Anyone else?
Citizenship gives us a sense of belonging. It tells us, it tells the world, it tells us, where we come from or where we belong.
Fantastic. Fantastic. What else? I want one more answer.
We have some roles and responsibilities to our nation, and that is citizenship.
Amazing, Miss Diaz. Well, now introducing to something called organizational citizenship. So you know what is a citizen? You have spelled out the characteristics. It's the same characteristics which is being put onto an organizational citizenship. It refers to the behavior and action of employees. You've got to go beyond the call of duty and be the particular brand spokesman of the company, within the company and outside the company. So if you are a citizen, you have certain behaviors. But remember, unlike the Constitution, we have certain things that we cannot say and do. Similarly, in an organization, this behavior, organizational citizenship behavior, is never enforced. It is not explicit. It is never mentioned in your job KRA. But at the same time, the organization look for it because these things have an advantage for the company. So when you are employed, remember, you are the brand. You are a brand representative inside the company as well as outside the company. So what you speak, what you walk, what you carry is the brand character till the time you're working for that particular brand, right? Now, these things have an advantage. OCB has a big advantage. It creates a passionate work atmosphere, right? It improves teamwork, effectiveness, and builds a strong reputation for the organization. It increases, here the HR people will always say yes, it increases employee engagement and great retention. I know people who have not left their companies for years, even though they're getting small little salaries because of OCB. Remember, with OCB, there is a lot of chances of innovation and change happening. So try and emphasize more and encourage OCB to lead a good life for yourself and at the same time lead a good life for an organization. Now my co-trainer, Sri Kavi, would like to take the principles of OCB forward. Thank you, Jen. And ladies.
Ajit, you can make me host now.
You can share your presentation.
Okay. Okay, so I hope the session with Ajit was really impactful, understanding the basic of OCB. So let's see the principles of OCB now. So this is it's not a new coined term, I would say. It was in a different way, like in MBA, most of us would have studied a topic called organizational behavior. So by the way, this person, Dennis Organ, is basically the founder of OCB, which is found on 1988. And he has come down to 5 dimensions where we people can understand it better. So the OCB, when we say, even though there are 5 dimensions, basically, as Ajit mentioned, we as an employee are the brand, and what we expect within the employment which we are into are these 6 things. It's the organizational justice, job motivation, organizational culture, commitment within the team, what we look, and a good administrative leadership. So with all this 6 things which is within the organization or traveling us on daily working which we are doing is what will revolve us to OCB. So the 5 components I wanted to direct you guys today is, the first thing is altruism. So this wording could be in a different or a different pronoun way, but it is very normal. Word is what I would have to say. It is just the characterization of the generosity, compassion, and empathy towards others. So in short, you can keep it in mind, altruism is nothing but showing empathy, offering some kind of effort you wanted to, or help your co-worker. Minded whatever they would have done for you, do not have a baggage, just helping them, and having this one of the dimension within yourself, so that it has really a good impact as a person when you carry this. So second one comes the courtesy. So the meaning is there within the word. So courtesy, obviously, like this, people are thoughtful and they are very much conscious about their behaviors they carry in the workplace. So they could be a different personality at home or at with their kids or someone. But when it comes to organization, they have their business etiquette. They follow the protocol. They are very disciplined. They have also some courtesy to go forward and do interaction, and they will be able to bond with the organizational, the 6 things which we have seen the previous slides. So then comes the sportsmanship. So again, this word is really a great dimension, I would say, wherein many of the people in organization would carry up this, because they would wanted to always be an outperformance. Either they give, they are given any particular task, or they are given, even a small things, they just take it in a very positive attitude. It can be a losing thing, or it can be a failure thing. Let's try. So that is what will come in their mind. So going just with the flow and trying to learn things. So then we would have the 4th thing is consciousness. So again, this is a pattern of minimal, activity required. So this people are little reserved, but they are hardworking. They put in their hard work. Maybe sometimes they would not be a big high achievers. They are not able to meet up the expectation, but when we see their performance for the year or for some months of thing, they would have been in a different way of personalities where they have carried over certain tasks in the interest of the organization. So likewise, we can evaluate them. So then we have the final point is civic virtues. So it's again a good quality, I would say, which is, if you see the previous slide about the sportsmanship, courtesy, and altruism, this civic virtue is somewhere different. Apart from work, they wanted to be engaged in the co-curricular activities, which could be, for examples, many companies conduct marathons. Many people would not come in forward. These people, we can see they're participating in the non-work related activities. They actually show up. They actually brand them in a different way. Or any kind of events happening in the organization. It's not going, it's just a participation. They would require that attention because it's a life skill which they are within them. So this is my part, and now let's get into some activity. Okay, so let me stop sharing my screen, and it's basically this 5 dimensions which I took forward now. So let me pick the alphabets of R. Okay. Please give me your emojis in the screen for the letter of courtesy. So in the word courtesy, where do you want it to depict? You may be a freelancer, or you may be working in an organization. In this courtesy part, where do you want it to depict? Like happy, sad, or wink? You wanted to give a heart for yourself? Like just analyze yourself.
a small button,
R.
Kavi.
Sorry, Ajit.
People's name that starts with R.
R, yes. R. I have different names for other things. Probably people with R can raise your hand or say you're happy about it. You have to work on that, something. R, Reena, okay. Reena Patel is happy about it. Great. Any more? Okay, so let's go with the other word. Other people starting letters with K. Yeah, we would have Karan, Kashish, Kanupriya, someone. Please give me your emojis for civic virtues. Civic, like you are ready to volunteer in other activities. Are you such type? No one, Karan, Kashish, someone? Or anyone, maybe we will give it to the audience. Okay, Nipun is given. Got it. Good. So let's go with the alphabets or people's names starting with A for sportsmanship. For sportsmanship. Are you a positive attitude people? Cool. Great, Anjali. Thank you, Akshita. Fine. So how about this word for altruism? You are the guys showing empathy. People with name U. I could see someone in U. Umang, Utkash. If you're in the call, probably unmute or yeah, Umang, thank you. You're having a good heart in that. Okay, nice. Okay, so maybe this was a good energizer, I hope. So let's hand over this session to Nazreen now. And thanks for the opportunity. Nazreen, you can go ahead.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Ajit and Shrikavi, for making it easy to connect with the audience. You've already set their mind what is OCB, and I'm sure we have a mixture of entrepreneurs as well as employers. So I will take you ahead on the perspective of employers. How would they foster OCB in their organization, which will in turn help all of you out there who are going to be future entrepreneurs or employers. But then along with that, it will help you to take it in your perspective as well. How is that? Let me first start it with an activity. Yes. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
I want audience with who talk.
Yes, of
I
course.
don't audience here because you are the ones who are going to make
Yes,
this session interactive.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you can
Yes.
never win unless you show your reactions. Now, this is something interesting for you. I have put a picture in front of you. I want you all, listen to me carefully. I want you all to note all the red colored items. Red colored items, and you have only 10 seconds with you, and the countdown starts now. Everybody, come on. Note red colored items. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, red. 3, 2, and 1. Here I switch it. Is the screen gone? Screen gone? The picture gone? Yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
now I
ma'am.
want you to, now let me switch to, yes. Okay, now I keep your cursors ready. Keep your videos on. How many of you, it's open for everybody. I have a surprise for you, those who answer it. Okay, now How many of you can give me at least 2 or 3 items? Raise your hands. Oh, whole lot of audience, almost. Okay, let me see the other screen. Yes, many of you have raised. Very good. It's your turn. Give me 3 items which are in yellow color. Rajila, 3 items in yellow color. Nobody's coming up. Okay.
I concentrated only on the red. That's what you mentioned. So my
Okay.
whole focus was on red.
Thank you.
Yellow
Thank you
was
for
only
being
the
attentive, audience.
The cheese I could see.
Okay. How about blue items? All are like, what is this lady doing? She asked us to note red items and she's asking us different colors. Yes, that's what I want you to focus on, whatever I say next, as well as whatever my teammates have told you. OCB is all about your commitment to the organization, right? How your brain, how your subconscious mind could only filter the red items and just took you away from all the distractions life is such, be it in the organization or be it in the life. Now, when it comes to the OCB at the workplace, how employers and employees can coordinate well and foster high OCB at the workplace is what we are going to look now. Let me share the screen with you. Yes. Here we go. Don't worry. Henceforth, whatever I would be saying will be straight to the point. I'll not make you here and there. That was just the game. Yes. So can employers foster organizational citizen behavior? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. They can, right? How is that employers can do? Before that, let me also tell you what are the antecedents to the OCB. Now you know the meaning of the term OCB. Earlier, it was connected to employee attitude and management support. Recent researchers by Greenberg and as well as already Kavi has given insight about you, organizational justice or commitment. These are the newly termed or coined words which have got into this category as well. Now, what is organizational justice? Who could tell me? Anybody volunteering here? I can see Umang on the screen. Any idea about organizational justice?
Yes, of course. Actually, I don't have a wide perspective about it, but what I feel about it that other than the contractual agreement, as I question asked by Preeti ma'am yesterday in this particular session. So other than the contractual agreement that we have had with the organization, what better we can do, such like creativity, participation that sir has mentioned that we should participate in the activity, and what better we can do for the branding and for improvement of our organization. That is what our accountability is all about. So that's what I feel organizing justice is.
Okay, that is Umang's perspective about organizational justice. Can we all give a heart to him or any emoji to encourage audience to answer us? Yes, that you are the one making the session, not us really. Okay, now along with to put it in simple words, justice done at organization, at your workplace is organizational justice. I'm just simplifying it for you. We have organizational commitment also. As Ajit has explained you, it is not really compulsory, but it is your commitment to your organization, right? That is what organizational citizenship behavior, we feel belong to the company, you feel belong to your organization, and you try to maintain just and committed behavior towards your company. Now, when it comes to the employer's perspective, yeah, let's be practical now. Do you think employers can ever force its citizens? Can the country force its citizens to be loyal? Can it be forced, or can it?
No.
It cannot be
It is
forced.
very much, very good audience. Now, it is something which is voluntary. So I want you all to repeat with me. OCB isn't must, but it's trust. Can I hear? Yes,
OCB
loudly.
is a
OCB
must.
is a
Must,
must,
but it's trust.
it's trust.
OCB is never must, it's voluntary. It's our commitment to the organization. So employers also need to know they cannot bind their employees to act in certain behavior. Behavior in itself is very much voluntary. There are overt behavior, covert behavior. At times it's visible, at times it's invisible. You never know what is OCB, what's real OCB, isn't it? Now, taking it to the other slide in the perspective of employers. As I told you, I know for sure we have expertise here. When it comes to employers, we have Dr. Aparna, we have Dr. Rahul, we may have other entrepreneurs here who might take this insight, who might have already put it in the organization. But for those who are going to be future entrepreneurs, please take this 3 simple ways how you can foster OCB, high OCB at your workplace. First one being, any HR heads here? Anybody from HR field? Raise your hands. Or you can unmute. Okay, they don't know whether we have. Yes, okay, Sri Kavi. Oh, you yourself from the HR.
Here.
Okay. Dr. Aparna, that's nice. So when it's Dr. Aparna, we know it. She might have that, detective characteristics when she selects it, isn't it? Now, what could it be for? Not for the quantity, but for the quality. Am I right, Aparna ji? Yes. You look, when the employer is hired, keep in mind that you encourage this OCB while hiring itself by detecting that quality. Maybe you could put it down in your job description as well. Employees, when they join a company, they are at their highest level of enthusiasm. When you tell them, along with all the other duties, you have this OCBs for, we follow this OCB at our workplace, and we are detecting whether the quality is in you or not. And definitely, trust me, all the employees will oblige, not only for the benefits what they would get, also for the recognition what they would get. If they have that qualities, voluntarily they'll try to show it more and more. And this is how all the employers can really boost the level of motivation to give high impact of OCB at the organization. Coming back to the second, that is maintaining while managing. Now, what if you're an entrepreneur and you just go on giving a lecture, including me? If I do not follow what I've said, my teammate will never follow me. So it's always remember, I do what you do and what you say. Being the leaders, being the managers, being the employers, if they themselves showcase high level of OCB when they deal with the employees, that is when employees will get attracted to the leader, the employer, the boss, to do what he is doing, to inculcate that high level of OCB in his characteristics, also to spread the legacy into his team. Now, along with that, what else do you think an employer can do? Who wants to volunteer? Who wants to add it? Who wants to agree? Who wants to second my point here? Do you all agree that it's the employer who does this by being a role model? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Now moving on. Now you have hired. While hiring, you were very selective. While managing, you were selective. You showcased that. Now what else? What about that employee always who shows high OCB but is never cared in the organization? Will his motivation level be the same? Not at all. Employers must make it a point in their performance appraisal, include it. It is something not quantifiable. It's very subjective. Yet, if the employers can recognize this behavior, who's always on high on OCB, then it's a win-win for the employers as well as for the employees, isn't it? When the employees show high level of OCB, the performance of the brand goes up, right? Come what may. You saw that air hostess, how she's protecting her brand. She's protecting her colleague. She's protecting her brand. She's being not aggressive, but assertive, right? It's vice versa in the first case study. So we team have really tried to put in the real case studies in front of you to let you know how employees can make or break the brand. Yes, it is with us as employees to feel belong, to get the nomination, to get the responsibility of our citizenship and showcase it, as well as the responsibility of the employer to make his citizens feel belong to his country, right? When we take it as that, it is very much clear that any organization will definitely always have high performances. It will build its team with very positive and high performing team. So taking you to the next slide, let's evaluate. Now, I'm not going to ask you any questions.
Monita wants to say something, Nasreen. Just let's listen to her also.
So,
Monita, would you like to say something?
I'm waiting here to listen to somebody. I couldn't see everybody's screen. Yes, Monica.
I can understand. That's why I was helping you.
Yeah. Aparna, thank you. I was just, hi Nasreen, it's a great session. I'm just thinking, I think acknowledging these behaviors publicly and not just in appraisals is also very much necessary for organizations to, recognize and acknowledge these behaviors publicly, maybe in a gathering, or meetings, regular meetings, this person has, displayed this kind of a behavior. So that would be a great recognition and encouragement for the other employees as well.
Yes, Monica, you said it rightly. Take for the example of a child. If you encourage, if you positively reinforce a child to clap, it will go on clapping. And we are all children in our organization. You come as a fresher, you come as an experienced person, you show an OCB, and the organization recognizes you, it boosts your morale. You try to spread it to everybody else, isn't it so? So Monica has rightly said that when it is recognized publicly, it's a lesson to the other organizations as well to follow. So we create that legacy, right? Organizations is known for that. Is why CSR activities and all these things are showcased so much, right? Now, inside the organization also, when we do it, be it a small level of OCB, right? It's voluntary. It is not quantifiable. You cannot define it. Just showing an empathy, altruism. That's what 𝗕𝗏𝗚𝗓𝗓 has told you, the 5 dimensions. In any way, when we try to portray it, when the employees recognize it, that's when we create a value-based team workforce. And that's what I would like to say. And now to conclude it, to all the 3 insightful sessions, I have an activity for you. Don't worry, this time I'm not going to watch you and make you something. I want all of you to close your eyes. You all will be still in Zoom session, not to worry.
Aparna still open eyes.
Yes.
No, I'm also doing something else. So I said, okay, let me complete that.
Okay, fine.
No, I'm watching who is cheating, huh? I'm really watching.
Okay. Now I want you all to close your eyes. Done? Okay.
Shubham,
now,
close your eyes.
Don't think of an apple. Don't think of an apple. Now, don't think of ice cream. Cone ice cream, don't think of it. Third one, don't think of your mom. Mom's picture. No, don't think of your mom. Come back. We are here at Protouch, come on. Yes. Now my audience, how many of you saw your mom and apple and ice cream? Raise your hands. Yes, all of you. What just happened? What I told you didn't follow me. Why was that so? Because I didn't give you a positive affirmation, right? I just told you don't. Your subconscious takes what you say, right? Program yourselves what the results if you want to get. Don't put it that way. What you need not do, you must not say, right? Just keep saying. This is the value we learned from Protouch team also, especially from Dr. Aparna. Just ignore the negativity and take the positivity. Don't even stress your weaknesses. When you're doing your SWOT analysis, don't ask the participants to tell about their weakness. Just tell them to tell their strengths. So as in the organization, just focus on what you must do and avoid what must not do. Don't even speak about it. Don't let negative energy into you. This is what Kavi, Ajit, and I had to tell you to just take this legacy of high level of positive OCB into your organization. And thank you on behalf of, now let me conclude. Ajit, calling you to conclude your part.
Guys.
Nasreen. Ajit, one sec. Because now you are, ending on such a high note. I just would like to share one small incidents with all of you, like all of you are here. And I think Mr. Joseph also want to speak something, so I will certainly take his insights also. We also have a time. You know, there was one employee who went to HR and he resigned. It was a wonderful employee he was. So HR said, yeah, it's a not so good thing to happen. What can be done? So HR said, let's have a coffee. So when they went on to have a coffee, HR asked, what happened? There is so much politics here. People creep about everyone. You know, there is so much gossip. This organization is full of anger. This organization is, you know, we don't even get water on time sometimes. You know, so he had a full list of complaints about that organization. And then HR said, okay, give me 1 day. And then what I will do, I will accept your resignation. Okay. And then she said, fine, 1 more day, perfect. He said, but you have to do one thing. Tomorrow, you have to hold a cup of coffee full. The cup should be full. And you have to hold that and roam around. Okay. So he said, that's simple. I will do that. So he said, he picked up the coffee mug and, you know, the coffee was completely full, you know. So he was taking it here, there. Colleagues were asking me, hey, how are you? What are you doing? He said, I'm holding a cup of coffee. And then he was taking care, hey, don't worry, otherwise it will spill, you know, so many. He was doing all this. And in the evening, he went to HR's cabin. HR said, how was your day? He said, absolutely great. And then he said, okay, now tell me in entire day, what negativity did you observe? Negativity was, he said, what do you mean by that? He said, gossip, politics, anger, you know, where all did you find that? And he said, nowhere. But HR asked, then you always used to say that, you know, this is what is happening in this organization. Was this day was very special that nothing was happening? Then he said, no. But then why did this happen? Then why you did not get? Please tell me your answer. Why that employee did not see any negativity around him or any gossip or politics? Yes, Harihara has given the answer.
Because he himself was positive.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was focusing on the cup. His focus was on the cup than anyone else.
Focus was on the cup. So, you know, when in organization, a lot of things happens and most of the time, the stories are very half-cooked. You know, there is all the time content come outside and the context come outside. Isn't it? We really don't understand what is true and what is not true. Yeah. So if you're focusing on your work, you will see a lot of positivity because everything is within us than looking for outside. So I think that was the message was Nasreen wanted to, you know, drive and lead. So I thought, I just got this story. I thought of just sharing that with you. I hope you have liked it. Let me know in the chat box.
Awesome, awesome. Happiness in an organization starts from you.
Absolutely.
Look not what the country asks from you. Do what you have to do.
Wonderful.
May I step in for a second?
Yes,
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 sir.
Mr. Joseph, go ahead.
I wish to congratulate Nasreen. Dear Nasreen, this is Professor Joseph of Born to Excel, Dubai, where we were together in the team. I am glad to see you grow so well, achieve so much, my girl. May Almighty bless you and your effort throughout life.
Thank you so much. I also would like to take 1 minute to thank CF Joseph sir, who was my first employee in Dubai and from whom
I was your employer.
Sorry, employee. Sorry, that was because of the session. I'm really sorry,
I
sir.
understand.
He's
No
not
problem,
only my
my girl.
employer, he's my mentor from whom I learned these skills, along with Dr. Aparna, who certified me with the techniques, and all my colleagues out there who made me what I am, along with my audience back in India as well. So thank you, sir, for it. I never expected you to be in the session, and thank you so much. You boosted me a lot.
When a daughter is performing well, why not dad pay attention and encourage her? Congratulations. That is the way I have always seen you. Let me wish both of you, the entire team, 2 things. 1, If you have any interest in career planning for young people around you, give me a call. And if any of you are interested in visiting a beautiful international homestay, a luxury tourism place, it's my place, Riverside in Muttar. We will welcome you wholeheartedly. And once again, Nasreen, fly high, keep going, more than born to excel.
So now I would like to call upon our team, Ajit, to conclude, give that bumper sticker of your session to the audience to take home.
There's no bumper sticker. It was a particular thing that I wanted to take you, make you realize and take this home. I have some time. Okay. Guys, request you all to put on the video because here I just need to see everyone. Yeah. Okay. Now, close your eyes again. Think about an animal that you really love. Okay? When you are thinking about that animal, think about what behavior that animal has and you are associated with that particular behavior. This is your stepping stone to OCB. Your time is up. You want to share it on chat? You want to be vocal? Choice is yours. Like to share?
I think I would like to share something here. I'm a big Bollywood fan. Some of my trainees also called me Bollywood Badshah. However, I would like to call myself maybe a Bollywood queen. There is a wonderful dialogue called, "Hum hi bheed ka hissa hai aur hame hi bheed se problem hai." I think when it comes to organizations, sometimes it happens that we only do a lot of
Nakras to fall
not
into
so
problems.
right job and not so right behaviors. And we have the problem with same thing. I think that is what we need to take care. If we are at workplace, if we take care of our own behavior, I think things will follow in place. If each one of us decides to exhibit OCB, I think we can create wonderful organizations.
Very true.
So that means, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to have some inputs from the participants. If you have anything, what is your learning? What is your takeaway from?
Yeah, we would like to hear that too. We would like to have fantastic feedback where y'all want any more information, or did we overstep information? Anyone? Okay, so let's get into, I guess OCB is one thing which is going to get into a lot of people's head and start thinking good. When you think good, you will do good, trust me, right? I would like to thank this opportunity to Protouch, especially Dr. Aparna, Rahulji, and my guardian angel, Ananjay, who used to be always behind us to submit this, submit that, do this, do that, not this format, that format. Yes, I thank her. And, it is wonderful to meet you all. And just behave.
Kavi has something to say, actually.
Yeah. So the point to conclude is just behave. You are the one who can make or break the brand, is what the conclusion we wanted to actually end up with.
Do not want to justify anything. Rather, we want to conclude the way Kavi said. It is both the employer or the employees who can make or break the brand. Inculcate OCB, positive OCBs at your workplace, be it at home, for our children, for the mothers especially, for all the fathers, be the role model fathers. That's how you will see your child as well growing up with high level of OCB. It all starts from home. And our home for training is Protouch. And we have got it from Protouch to include several techniques. It's not that I'm doing my training for the first time, but this time I was very precautious to do my OTP to include SCQA, but due to time we couldn't do, but still we got it from Aparna ma'am here. And to be a very observable audience like Dr. Rahul, who has not participated, but we know we've got to get advice from him as well. And for Anjay, who has been very supportive, as Ajit told, and my team, who's Ajit and Kavi, because of this presentation, how we gelled well, how we got to a conclusion, and that cautious session by Dr. Aparna before this presentation, how she molded our rough presentation into a beautiful, organized, presentable presentation. Thank you from the deep of bottom of my heart, as well as from my team. Thank you, Protouch, for delivering excellence in every trainer out there. Thank you so much.
Best wishes, keep going.
Adios.
Thank you. Thank you, Apar.
Very well done. Very well
Thank
done,
you, everyone.
Ajit, Shri Kavi, Nasreen. Really enjoyed the session.
You know, we actually wanted a little more time where we actually have a break room activity done. Then when we did our rehearsal, we said, no, we cannot do it 1 hour. And we are good. We still have 3 minutes. We can't do the break room activity even now.
Our behavior that we have in our organization depends upon the soft skills and personality do we have. And today I've gotten that soft skills and personality is not the only thing that we require to maintain that organizational behavior. There are certain other things that we need to do, that is participating and encouraging our participants, working with our colleagues. So there are certain other things. And that is what I have loved a lot today. And I got to know that soft skill is not the only thing that we have. It's more than that. Thank you so much, all our guest speakers, for this particular session.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
May I add one sentence to the program?
Yes, please.
An organization is a family. Members of the family cooperate, not compete.
Wonderful. I think
That
that's
was my experience. I was executive director of major companies in the Middle East and in India. And that has been my fundamental principle. And that has successfully brought me up in life and brought my team members cooperating and never competing. Thank you very much. All the best to you, all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. See you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a lovely day.
Thank you, Ajit. Thank you,
See you next week.
Thank you, Preeti.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.